What can you do to avoid burnout?
Take the mask off, number one. When we're in that mask and we are doing those behaviours, we have to work harder than we would do as our natural self. We have to almost work at 120% in order to be effective. So the more you can step into the authentic version of you and come away from those behaviours, the better. Then it's about, we know this. So we know this, but we don't always do this, right? So we've got the good sleep. Get into sleep at a reasonable time before the second cortisol hit that we have. So we get a second cortisol hit at around 11 p.m. And once we get that, our body goes back into, yay, it's morning. And you have sort of another 2 hours where you're alert. Right. So ideally we need to be asleep by 10:30. Otherwise we're going to have poor sleep until sort of 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. If we get good sleep, we feel rested. And rested helps us to avoid that burnout feeling. Healthy boundaries. So back to that saying yes when you mean yes. That's so important, because the more we keep taking on and on, the more exhausted we become. We've got to really take care of our body in terms of inflammation as well. And this isn't my expertise at all, but, really having good nutrition, good hydration helps us to avoid getting into that phase. But as an entrepreneur, I feel that when you're getting into it, you can feel the tiredness. You can start to see the mistakes that you make, start to feel more anxious a lot of the time. And what I always say to people when they're heading into that, and it's probably the thing that you don't want to do, is to take the day off. So I'll go to a spa on my own on those days.
Treat yourself a bit.
Nobody with me, so I don't have to think about anyone else. Go to a spa, switch off the mobile phone. It can all wait. It'll all still be there for us tomorrow.
How many hours should you rest a night? And now that we were discussing about 10:30 going to bed, realistically, are we going towards the 5 a.m. club?
I'm not a fan of the 5 a.m. club, I've got to be honest. I think it's a really individual thing, because some people can do the 5 a.m. club and be fine. Personally, I tried 5 a.m. club for a period of 3 months as an experiment and found that each afternoon I had a real productivity slump. So I actually needed a nap in the afternoon. So what's the point in getting up at 5 o'clock? My window of opportunity is waking up at sort of 6:45. I'll then work from 6:45 until 8 o'clock from my bed. Then I get up, do my exercise, make breakfast, get to the office by 9:30, and I'm really productive between 9:30 and 4. I'm not productive in an evening. And I know that. And so you've got to work out as an individual what your window of opportunity is. And it's different for everyone. So don't feel bad if you're not in the 5 a.m. club. Equally, if you are still awake at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, be awake, but sleep in till 7, 8, 9. Don't expect yourself to go to bed at 1 and be up for 5 a.m. club, because then you're not getting enough rest.
So it should be realistically 7 hours of proper sleep for you to be able to perform the second day correctly. And
I really think it depends on who you are. So proper sleep means different things to different people, and I really don't like giving it a should. You should do this. I like us to say, figure out what works for you. If you're getting 4 hours of quality sleep and it works for you and you can keep going without hitting burnout, I know people that do that. I've got a CEO client that does that, and he's absolutely fine. But what he does do in his waking hours are lots of moments of mindfulness. He will go out for a walk at lunchtime. He does take lots of time for him. So, there will be sleep experts out there that say 7 hours, but I really feel like you've got to figure it out for yourself, what's right for you, and then repeat that and be consistent with it.